So I think these are all building blocks for your HubSpot journey. And we're going to talk about views because they are like the secret sauce for using HubSpot efficiently. And as they get better, you will notice the ability to do things faster is so much better. It runs across the product. So I think that's one of the things we're going to talk about. So what we're going to talk about, the four main things, is filtering, making sure you can set your columns up correctly. You can actually save and clone views and share it, because one of the best things about that is that it maintains the columns. So if you share that with somebody, they're looking at the same thing. And then how to share a view with somebody.
I think we've got a screenshot in the show notes which highlights the 4 areas, and they are kind of small. For example, that save button.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize, I can save a view.
Correct.
And when I save it, I can save it as another one just for me. Yep. Where do I edit the columns? I didn't realize. I think most people find the filters at the top, so they start to realize I can filter down. But then, they don't know how to add new columns, and they don't know how to save or share. They're probably the key unlocks. Once we show people this, they're like, oh, wow, that's a major productivity enhancement. And if you're listening to this or watching this and you're saying, well, that's kind of obvious. Of course we do that. I'm like, that's great. But just realize you're not the norm. We go into a lot of portals. We see a lot of client portals. We often go in and find they've only got the default views. They've never created their own or saved their own view. So there is something here. Maybe it's the way HubSpot introduces it. I don't know what else they could do to kind of make it clearer. But if there's one takeaway you have from today's episode, it's learn how to use views and save them for your scenarios. You've got a tip here, though, about advanced filters, Ian.
Yes. And this is probably more to do coming from lists, Craig, where if you're on that page where you can see your list and it has the list name and then it has the number in that list, if you click that number, it actually opens up a view using that list as a filter. So that's a really quick way to just quickly see it and then save the view. And it's something I just accidentally stumbled upon and I thought, oh, this is fantastic. So I use it all the time now. So just think about how you can utilize that in a quick, efficient manner. And even just where you save your views, like sliding those little tabs is how important you want to save them. That's a really good way to do it.
I think often we'll find that marketing teams have built out nice segmented lists already.
Yes.
And so the quick tip here is, well, from a view, you don't have to know how to create lists or create them yourself. You can actually just from a view say, I'll pull from a list, because chances are marketing has already created a list with the segment you need. So handy feature there. By the way, for setting up columns, there's hundreds of properties and columns you could add in your views. We've created a few quick videos for marketing, for example. I've got a video you can have a look at later on. We've got one for sales as well. And then for sharing. What's the typical use for sharing you find with your clients, Ian?
A lot of it is to do when teams are just looking to make sure everybody's on the same page. Practical example is you might have a contact view of all the unsubscribed contacts, or let's say the one that bounced. The bounced is the most common actually. And because they're hard bounced, they've left the business. So you can just say, hey, I just want everybody on the sales team, go to this one view, choose you as a contact owner and go and fix up and find out where these people have gone. It's a really efficient way to go through bounce contacts that you have where everybody has access to the same view and you know it really quickly.
That's a great example.
The next thing, Craig, is viewing properties. And I don't think people are aware that they can view properties and see property history. So there are kind of two things here, right? First, we're going to view a single property. So let's take, for example, first name or maybe email, because that might have got changed when someone submitted a form. The other thing, when you're looking at the history, is actually understanding who changed it, when it got changed, and how it got changed. And that's a really big thing that you want to make sure, because these are like the forensic items inside HubSpot, where if you're thinking, why did that happen? You can actually go back and see that. So you can investigate the actual property. And then if you look at the property history and you search for that property, you can actually see how it got changed over time and what might have happened either side of that. So that's a really handy, useful thing to actually keep a note of.
If you're listening to this and think, wow, that's really obvious or that's really basic. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you know that. But we go in, we're doing the training sessions for people who've used HubSpot even for a while. And we'll say, you've only got this layout on the left-hand side that's only got about 10 or 12 properties. you realize there are lots of other properties and like, oh, I think I know where, I just can't find them. And, sometimes they'll create reports so that they can see these properties and we go, you realize you can actually just go view all properties,
correct,
filter it down and get to them all. And then you can actually organize to have them put onto your left-hand sidebar separately. We won't go into that now, but like there's all these properties. They're like, what? I can see them all. So it's a bit of an unlock. So again, we call it fundamentals, but yeah, so many people don't seem to realize these things.
And Craig, I was going to say, I think the other thing that people probably forget is that if they can't see it, they think that they're the only ones who can't see it. And I think like if they actually told whoever their admin was, or if like they can add it for everybody to see and make a big difference to what people are seeing.
Yeah.
So keep a note of that and tell somebody, because that is going to make a massive difference to you as you move ahead using HubSpot. Be more efficient. How can I get this done faster?